Hey there, YouTube. This is Mrlubufu here with complete set review. Focuses on limited and standard. Um, so I'll be doing two of the colors in each of the parts, and then multicolored will be its own part. So it's gonna be red, white, blue, black, green, or white, blue, black, red, then green. Artifacts and lands will be together because those are easy. So I might do green artifact land even, and then multicolored needs its own really long video. Again, the focus of this is on limited, and so I'm not calling stuff good or not based on not just standard. Okay, anyway, on to Boros Mastiff. I'm not a fan. I mean, it's a value where like can get lifelink. So I mean, you're gonna probably play it if you're in the dedicated Boros deck because mono 2-drops is a thing. But otherwise, not too impressive. It's a Boros dude. Hand the Snare Squad, 3 mana 1/4 that when it attacks you may pay 1 if you do tap target creature an opponent controls. Again, another very aggressive card for Boros. Do I think you'll see play? 3 mana 1/4 isn't that aggressive. Lee of Decree, 2 mana detain up to 2 creatures your opponents control. That seems quite solid. Those of you who, I mean, Frost Breath was a lot better, just because it was an instant instead of a sorcery, but Detain still, this could do work. My gut tells me that this might be okay. May Sentinel, another big giant 6-drop, which is not bad. Again, you have to get the 6 drops. Renounce the Guild's probably going to see some standard play, which is kind of cool. And in limited, I'm not sure. I mean, there will be plenty of multicolored stuff, so this will be a removal spell, but it probably won't be a good one. Right Control is not a card. It's an expensive fog. Scion V2 Gazi seems solid. You really have to have a dedicated token deck to make it really good. But if you happen to have a Voice of Resurgence, or I don't know if that's the right card or not, or Advent of the Worm, or anything else to allow it to populate something big when it comes into play, very good. Does not work with Restoration Angel, which clearly they kept that in mind. Steeple Rock, 5 mana 3/1 flying first strike. It's really hard to kill. Very expensive though. 1 toughness is kind of a thing. We have Sunspatter Gatekeepers, so it's a 2/4 for 4. That if you control 2 or more gates, you get a 2/2, which is not terrible. You get 4 power for 4 mana if you have 2 gates, so not amazing. Wake the Reflections, 1 mana populate. You really have to have a good token deck if you want to make this work. Otherwise, Aetherling is a complete limited bomb. You should take it. Will it see standard play? Maybe. I'm not sure how badly control decks want it, but it certainly seems quite potent. Hidden Strings is one of those 2 mana cipher cards that piques my interest. Why? Well, it's a lot like Hands of Binding. The first cast, you can get it for free. So, like, you cast it, untap the 2 lands you paid for it, then attack, then tap 2 other things. Or you can play Hidden Strings, tap the 2 blockers, attack, then with the Cipher trigger, untap your 2 lands. So you got free damage. So this is definitely a card to keep in mind. I like it. Maze Gladiator is probably the most powerful of the Maze Blank cycle, because multi-creatures you control get flying. That's quite solid. Mind Static is double mana leak. Counter target spell unless its control plays 6. It's not that good. Mana leak, the fact that it's cheap is good. We got a 0/5 Defender, which don't underestimate it. I mean, the fact it doesn't have flying like Angelic Wall is important, but it's hard to beat through this. It really is. We have Opalate Gatekeepers, 2/4 that draws that cantrips if you have 2 or more gates, which is okay, I guess. Runner's Bane is it's removal for weak creatures, so definitely playable in the fast format that we'll have. Trade Doctoring is absolutely bonking ridiculous, and by ridiculous I mean ridiculously bad. So sad they make this so rare. This is the Search the City of the set, if I might say so. Undiscovered Clues is fine. Maybe not so good for limited because there's a lot more creatures, but it seems odd. reprint Windrake. Okay, that's white and blue. So thank you guys for watching, and keep your eyes out for the other parts.